Brought to you by GJ Gardner Homes.
The world of sport is full of great rivalries, but when it comes to national pride and passion, it doesn't get any bigger than New Zealand against Wales in the sport of rugby union. 100 years ago, almost to the day, that great rivalry started, and here we are at the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff in 2005 to renew that coming together of 1905 that was so controversial. Today, the 22nd time these two countries have battled on the rugby field, and for Wales, their 3 victories have all come in this city, the last way back in 1953. You know, there are so many similarities between rugby in these two countries. It's a game that cuts into each and every corner of both of them. In Wales, not just Cardiff and Swansea, but it's Newport, it's Ebervale, it's Pontypridd, Pontypool, Neath, Brecon and Merthyr Tydfil. And in New Zealand, not just Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch and Dunedin. You'll be watching this, I'm sure, at 5 o'clock in the morning in Paihia, Pukekohe, Katikati, Hawera, Wairoa, Woodville, Otaki, Picton, Reefton, Leaston, Temuka, Wanaka and Gore. And a chance, having said that, to welcome our international rugby audience as well as those watching in New Zealand, and Murray Mexted, who's with me. It doesn't get much better than this. The All Blacks against Wales in Cardiff.
No, it's absolutely magnificent. I mean, it's so often we get excited about international moments, but this one is something special. This Millennium Stadium, the famous Cardiff Arms Park, is well forgotten here. This stadium has continued the same emotion, or even greater emotion, with the ability to bring the roof over the top. And in fact, it's even a little bit balmy here at the moment, believe it or not. We're expecting a cold winter's day, but it's very pleasant for rugby.
Well, it's a bit wet outside, but of course the roof is on here in the main stadium. And, well, normally we'd go sideline to Tony Johnson and say, what are the conditions like, Tony? But we know that. So what's the atmosphere like then?
On this boat, the atmosphere is unbelievable, but the conditions worth talking about, because even though the roof is over, the conditions aren't as good as you'd think they were going to be for an indoor test. We know, because we saw them doing it, that the Welsh have been pouring water onto the surface earlier on in the week. And having a chat to one of the touch judges, Matt Goddard, he tells me that out in the middle it is quite slippery, and I'm sure that's the way the Welsh wanted it. Anything they feel that will slow the All Blacks down. There's going to be a change of protocol at the start of the game, and as you people have probably heard, the All Blacks are going to come out and they will do the New Zealand national anthem, then the haka, then the Welsh will perform the national anthem, the way it all started 100 years ago. But the crowd have been asked to respect the haka and see it in silence.
Thank you, Tony. Here comes Tana Umaga and the All Blacks. Well, this All Black team is a lot different to that which played Australia at Eden Park several months back. In fact, there are no less than 9 changes, but Graham Henry made it clear before leaving New Zealand that he'd be testing the depth of his squad. 2 new caps, both in the forwards, Chris Marsoe in the number 7 jersey and Namir Tialata at loose head prop. Former captain Anton Oliver makes his first test appearance in 2005. Byron Kelleher returns after being injured in the Tri-Nations. So too does Dan Carter, while Tana Umaga captains the All Blacks for the 19th time in a test match. So the All Blacks in their huddle, and there'll be quite some welcome for the local heroes, the Six Nations champions, Wales. A lot has happened in the 12 months since the All Blacks last played them. They are a much better team. Welsh coach Mike Ruddock really has had to call on the depth in Welsh rugby, but no less than 6 first-team players missing. Having said that, the least experienced player in the side is halfback Michael Phillips with 6 caps, and his selection ahead of Lion Gareth Cooper has raised a few eyebrows. One of the other talking points, the veteran Colin Charvis on the open side flank in place of Martin Williams, while in midfield with Henson and Shanklin unavailable, Mark Taylor and Kerry Sweeney again given the task of looking after Umaga and Smith. Fullback Gareth Thomas, 84th Test match, is the Welsh captain.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for your national anthems, and would you also welcome to sing the national anthem of New Zealand, Hayley Westenra.
Beautifully sung by Hayley Westenra. And now, as they did in 1905, the All Blacks to do the haka.